Welcome to my interactive infographic based on A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. Let's begin with an overview of the graphic. The default view is a complete map of Westeros. You can begin by reading the introduction in the footer. On the left, there are 4 map filters with all selected by default. All events, battles, and castles in A Game of Thrones are being shown on the map. The user can simplify the map by clicking on a filter. I have selected castles. Battles and events are no longer featured on the map. Now that I've narrowed down my view, let's learn more about Westeros' famous capital. The Red Keep is the home of King Robert Baratheon. The information pane below gives us an overview of the Red Keep's significance in the story. Any of the characters in gold are clickable. Exploring the map of Westeros is similar to a typical map interface. You can drag the map and click on any icon in the map for more information. Let's change the infographics view from the map view to the houses view. The houses view can be explored by clicking on any house sigil, the filters on the left, or the information area at the bottom. To find more houses, use the arrows at the top. Let's learn more about the king by clicking on the Baratheon sigil at the top of the infographic. We see that King Robert Baratheon is married to Cersei Lannister, and they have 3 children, Joffrey, Tommen, and Myrcella. He has 2 siblings, Stannis and Renly. Information about the Baratheon house origin can be found in the information panel at the bottom. When I click on Joffrey's picture, you'll see his character information move in from the right. Any character in the house view can be further investigated by a simple click. Now let's explore the game view of the infographic. The slider at the top is used to show the progress of the Game of Thrones. We begin with Robert Baratheon as King of Westeros, and moving the slider reveals how the succession of the throne happens throughout the book. Each point in the slider represents a significant event that marks a shift in the game and is described in the information area at the bottom. When a character dies, their image moves to the eliminated area at the right, and the orbits around the king adjust accordingly. After the death of Jon Arryn, several characters move closer to the throne. We see that Eddard Stark's orbit has moved. The events surrounding Arryn's death and Stark's promotion to the Hand of the King are summarized at the foot of the infographic. Clicking on the Allies filter on the left shows the alliances of the current King of Westeros. After a simple click, Robert's children, brothers, and friends are highlighted in green. The Enemies filter can also be clicked to show all the enemies of the current king. All of the data I used for this project was taken from A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. All images were taken from Game of Thrones Wikia.com and are characters from the HBO show A Game of Thrones. That concludes the overview of my Game of Thrones interactive infographic. Thank you so much for joining me.